Hello everyone and welcome, and we are back in TGP series and we are in round 2. My round 1 video got quite a good reception, so I'm going to carry on doing it because I had a little bit of, should I carry on doing it, that kind of thing, because my former Xbox videos get quite a lot more views and likes, so TGP was not as popular, but it seems like some people like my TGP videos more. So we are back for TGP, and you may have seen on the screen before it went away there's 51% chance of rain. Now this was the really big ask in the race, because we didn't know. You can see from what we can see right now on the screen that it's dry. It's blue sky, dry, so we know that it's going to be a dry start. We have Sam on pole, TRL in second, and then the two McLarens of Mafusa and Arte. And I'm quite down there, I think. Where I qualified 10th. Yeah, not very good qualifying session. Didn't string together a lap. My own fault, really. Nobody else's fault. But I've got my old teammate Deli Cowpet to my right, in front of me, and then my new teammate Sir Lane behind me. But we get the start, and we are right beside. We're trying to get past Platinum Impulse, and I'm beside Platinum Impulse as we go down the straight. But then he pushes me onto the grass a little. Bit dirty there, and there's a huge space in the middle of the track, but then I think Platinum Impulse rejoins the track into me, then I go into the side of the Red Bull, and I get a penalty as per the typical game. Now this bit, okay, I didn't realise DLT was there. I thought he was still off the track, so when I did this and then I saw a Red Bull off the track, I decided to pull over and let him pass for a bit. But this was a great battle with DLT as I kind of let off for this corner, but then he didn't get a very good exit, so I decided to cut under him. I knew that bit of grass would have traction from previous race I've had around here, because it's not quite grass, it has like a crossover bit, like that bit we just drove past, so it has more grip. It does have more grip than the track, but it has quite a bit of grip. As I do overtake DLT, and I'm afraid that's the end of that battle, really, as we're trying to catch up the pack. 13th, 14th for me and DLT. DLT is a title challenger. He's had very, very bad luck with his connection, very, very bad luck with collisions. He's just had very, very bad luck. I think he's I can't remember the amount of points he's on at Malaysia, because the time that I'm commentating this, we've actually just done Monaco, and we've got Montreal and Valencia tonight. I don't know what time I'll get this up, so maybe after that. So we might have already done Montreal and Valencia. But I dive into the pits for my drive-through penalty. Now the pit entry here, I can't spot it when I'm driving along. I think Platinum Impulse got a penalty for the start, so that's why I didn't investigate it. I just left it as it was, because he got a penalty in game. Which is fair enough. But my penalty, I don't really understand where I got that from. But yeah, well down in now in last place in 14th, because DLT jumped me. But Platinum Impulse had great pace throughout the race, and if you watch my previous videos, you'll notice that usually he doesn't. On lap 6 of 14 laps, is it? I have caught up Platinum Impulse, and he's battling with Ross, and Ross has the DRS here, so he's going to go past Platinum Impulse. Sorry for that crackling, that's my headset. And see that they're having a battle, and this gives, as it lags a bit, another ghosts. This gives me my best chance at overtaking Platinum Impulse, and I'm spamming my KERS trying to get into a slipstream. And I try down his inside, but then I don't have enough confidence on the brakes going into turn 3. Turn 3, yes. No, turn 4. So that completely, comes to nothing. Nothing at all. And then on lap 11, still not pitted, because I realise that rain is coming. He makes a mistake, and that hands me the place pretty easily, has to be said. And then Ross pits in front of me. So now it starts raining, especially in this last sector. It starts raining a lot in the last couple of laps, and you can see rule reminder, must use prime tyres. So I know, because I want to pit on the last lap, I can either switch to prime tyres or I can switch to intermediates. I have to make a pit stop on lap 13. I've skipped to lap 13 now, and I have to change, and I decide I've gone up into 4th place because I've jumped people in pit stops, that I'm going to go onto the intermediate tyre. Will it pay off? Let's see. As we pull it into the pit lane, it still looks dry, but it is raining as I cock up the pit entry a bit. Into the pits I go, and intermediate tyres should be ready. I always make sure that my team gets 2 orders from me for intermediates, just to make sure I get them. So I drop, I think, down to 7th place or 8th place by the time I come out. Yes, there goes Kells, and we're down into 7th place, and I'm out on my new intermediate tyres. Now you see in this first sector it's pretty wet, and I've got the grip that I need, hovering on the throttle a little bit, and then round the left hander it's just a little bit loose but not too bad, and I feel like if the rest of the lap is like this, I'll be able to easily catch up Kells and maybe even have an attack at the person in front of him. But then it starts getting drier, and my intermediates start becoming more and more useless, especially on this corner. I hold it, a huge lift, a downshift, and then another downshift and a lift, but this bit's almost completely dry, so I have to wait till I'm on the straight bit of the track to put my foot down, otherwise I'll end up going off. As I take that corner in 3rd gear, Kells gained so much time in this sector I can't catch him up. But in this last bit it goes back to intermediate kind of weather, intermediate kind of track conditions, and I start catching up again as I go wide. I'm not very good at driving in the wet usually, but you see here it's really greasy and wet, and Kells said how much wheel spin he got on the last lap out of that corner, while I nail it, and it's just too late for me to catch up Kells. But this has been my Malaysia race, 7th place, not so good. I hope to score some more points in the future races, but this has been Alex Stop, and I'll see you next time.